Hey all, welcome to the CIOPCC and this week's Top 10. So at the Institute today, we're doing a Top 10 of one of my favorite characters, Alfred, from the many versions throughout the Batman films, comic books, and TV shows. Now, to do Top 10 action figures, I have to cheat slightly. And the reason to cheat is number 10 is a custom. Here he is, Batman the Animated Series. Custom Alfred done off of a Joker base body. Terrific figure. Friend of mine did him. He's probably 30 years old now. But that's my number 10. Always nice to have a custom, especially when you got a character like Alfred who has not always gotten the love he deserves in plastic. They did eventually do an animated series Alfred. Here he is over here in that 5-inch scale. He's a little hard to come by. He came only in a box set. But that's probably the one you're thinking of from Batman the Animated Series. And he gets number 9. DC Direct has done a few. You're going to see several of theirs on this list. Here's one from the Hush series. Alex Ross's artwork. Slightly balding, which is kind of unusual for an Alfred. He gets number 8. McFarlane has done one for their 66 line. He's a little disappointing simply because he's a lot of reuse. Here he is down here. Reuse to the body. Slight resculpt on the head. But at least he came with his feather duster, even though it doesn't really fit the suit that he's wearing. And that's not really a suit he wore on the 66 show, but that's okay. That's number 7. Number 6 is from Mattel. They never did a lot of Alfreds, but they did do one for the Nolan movies. Michael Caine. He's down here with the light next to Bane from that movie. It's not an amazing Michael Caine head sculpt, but for 1/12, it's not terrible. And these are their Movie Masters line that they did. Did quite a few of the characters. And they did do that terrific Bat Pod. So that's number 6. Number 5 is another DC Direct. But it's for Batman the Animated Series. McFarlane has also re-released this Alfred, so you can pick him up a little easier. Here he is back in the Batcave with his feather duster. Gets number 5 on the list. Number 4, also from DC Direct. See, they got in here quite a few times. This one is a unique one. This Alfred they produced, they gave you a bunch of different head sculpts. Well, a bunch. It was like 3. So you could swap up which Alfred it was on the suit body. And of course, I went with the 66 version. Now, this is a 7-inch scale figure. You can see that's the NECA Batman next to him. And he's much taller than the rest of these figures on the row, which are the McFarlane versions of the old Batman show. But I thought they did a really nice job on that portrait. So that's number 4. The top 3, well, those are going to be 6 scale figures, of course. Starting with Michael Caine from Hot Toys as Alfred in the Nolan movies. It's a beautiful head sculpt. Here he is getting ready to press Batman's cape. Beautiful head sculpt, really gorgeous work. One of my favorite Batman Begins figures. And then we got number 2. Number 2 is from 66 show as well, and this time it's the Mars Toys version of Alfred. I really wish they'd given us 2 bodies right out of the gate. You can actually buy a second body from them and a second head sculpt if you're so inclined, because there is a whole second costume to dress him in with the green apron. They did give us both with the Riddler, and you can see they did multiple head sculpts with the Riddler. You actually got 3 different head sculpts. We only get the 1 head sculpt with Alfred, and even when you buy the second body, they send you the same head sculpt again to use it with the second costume. Really wish we'd gotten the second one, but I'm probably going to go that route anyway. So I can have him in the green apron. Number 1, excuse me, number 1 is also from Mars Toys. And that is their amazing Alfred from the Burton movies. Again, a beautiful head sculpt. This was a really reasonably priced figure. Of course, these are not licensed. which is a little disappointing, but nobody's going to produce these in a licensed line. So I'm really, really appreciative that Mars Toys is doing this. So there we go. There's my top 10. What are your top 10 Alfreds? Make sure you subscribe. And next, we'll be doing a acquisition report sometime later this week. And hopefully you have a great collecting week.